Okay, hello, hello. As always, first things first. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Let me know. I think we got the camera in the right place-ish. I'm gonna move it back just a little bit. There we go.
I hear you.
Woo woo! Okay. We are gonna practice a diamond stitch. I'm gonna turn my phone on silent because my mom does not realize. God bless my mom. She doesn't realize that I'm live right now. Even though she's a subscriber. Mom, shout out. I love you, but I judge you. Okay. So what I have seen is this one going around. This is what we are kind of doing, except I can tell you right now that that doesn't match the diagram that I had. So I have this diagram. I'm going to pull it up. You guys can definitely, hey Booty, how are you? You guys can totally pull up your, hold on, transition. Oh no, it changed my transition. How
are you?
Oh, never mind. There you go. Here is your screenshot. Take your screenshot. We're going to be working off this diagram.
Beautiful.
I'm going to be obviously demonstrating, but I like to teach you guys how to work with diagrams because, of course, that's how you can go find other diagrams and learn to make more. Learn to make more. Fantastic. Yes, I'm doing good, Booty. I'm doing good. As good as I can be. You know, just keep trucking along. We got stuff and things and stitching machines. Does that work? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is going to be a day. This is going to be a day. All right, take your screenshot, guys. Don't worry, I will walk you through everything, but I want you to practice with diagrams. Get used to what it looks like, reference it afterwards, practice afterwards, all the things. You don't need a whole lot for today's class, just random scrap yarn and any hook you have nearby. I didn't give you a warning. Did anyone need a screenshot that didn't get it? Let me know. I can pull it back up. I'm just using scrap yarn, literally scrap yarn. It's a small, whatever. I don't even know where it came from. Scrap yarn, scrap. It's acrylic. I'm sure it's a 4. I'm currently using a 5.5 millimeter and I hook. Why? Because it was on my desk. I don't care what hook you guys pick. You don't want to go too big. Like you don't want to use anything like this right now. But just anything that's between like a 4 and a 6 is going to work fine, just so you can get practice and you can actually play with the stitches and see if you like the texture. The other thing is I have this, I'll be bringing it up and I'll be explaining what we're doing as we go across so you guys get familiar with the symbols and so you guys can also get familiar with practicing a lot of these different posts. So some things that you're going to be looking at. These are chains. You guys already know I'm going to ditch the chains. Okay, I'm going to do foundation single crochets. These plus signs are all the single crochet symbols. These right here are chains. So this is your turning chain. This T with 1 cross, I always tell people to look at this hash mark. Think of it like you're yarn over. If there's 2, that means you're yarning over twice. If there's 3 hash marks, not including the top one, then you're yarning over 3 times. Yarning over, I think that's a word. It is now. This one, because it is got the hash and this hook, that is a front post. So those are the different things that we're going to be playing with, are front post, single crochets, and double crochets. So nothing too crazy. It's going to be a nice repeat. And then obviously we're going to have to pay attention to this diagram or this design that's going to build. But that's what we're going to do, okay? So now we got to figure out how many stitches we're going to start with. And what I would recommend doing is counting our single crochets, because we're going to do foundation single crochets. We're going to count all of those. If you want to repeat, this pattern actually notates where the repeat is. Obviously, it's cut off on this image, but this bracket right here is your repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 additional stitches. So what you could do is count this total, keep adding 4 until you get your desired length, and you just always want to make sure you're always adding multiples of 4. I'm going to mimic exactly what we see here. Okay, I'm not going to be adding multiples of 4. I'm just going to be going for what we see right here in the image. So let's go ahead and start counting so we know how many to start with. So anytime you approach a pattern, that's kind of the mentality you can when you get these diagrams. And guys, go on Pinterest, search free crochet diagrams. Like, you're going to find a million things out there. And let me tell you, a million things that you probably would pay an arm and a leg for if you were to buy the patterns. And in my opinion, they can be a lot easier to read. So here's how we're going to get started, and then I'll demonstrate. So if you're someone that says, I never want to learn patterns, I just want to follow along, great news. You can do that too. Whatever learning style works best for you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your base number. No, 7. Just kidding. That would be your base number, and then you're adding 4. So 7 is your base number plus multiples of 4. But again, I'm just going to count the total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 is what we're going to do across. If you are turning this into a blanket, you will keep adding 4 until you get the width of your blanket or a scarf or whatever it is that you're making. But for right now, we're going to do 19 single foundation single crochets. So we have our cut yarn here, and you're going to do a slip knot. So I take the cut end and I just go up, down the back, cross and over. And this is actually what I do for a magic ring as well, going under the first post, over the second, and just looping it through. Okay, that's one option. That's how you do a magic ring. Just kidding. I don't like that for that. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to do it this way. I don't know why. I don't know why it matters, but for some reason it's slightly different. Hold the cut, and you're going to just go around the back, up the front, around the back again. I'm going to pinch and pull that through, but you're not pulling anything all the way through. You need that tail out. All right. Put your hook in, pull it tight, and we're going to start stitching. To do a foundation single crochet, I start by chaining 2, 1, 2, and if anyone's stitching with me, let me know because I want to make sure I check in on you guys throughout. And now we're going to start our foundation single crochet. So go into the back bump of that first chain. This is the front of the chain. We're going to turn it so it's facing down, and I just want that back bump. Only because I want the chain spacing out. It just gives it a nice, better finish. But holy cow, I should have chained loosely. We're going to go back up real quick, and we're just going to loosen that up a little bit. Because that was really tight. That's what she said. All right, 1, 2.
I'm not, but I wanted to learn, so I'll rewatch later.
Always an option. That's why I record over here. All right, so we're going to go into that back bump. And we're going to start our single crochet, so pull up 1. Then you're going to chain, and then you're going to finish the single crochet. Going back into both those loops this time, so you want to create another chain on the side. So you need to grab both of those. Starting our single crochet by pulling up 1. Chain. Finish our single crochet by pulling up those remaining 2. And we're going to keep going until we have 19. But on this first section, you're always grabbing those 2 loops.
Same rewatch.
Sweet! Well, if you see anything, any questions that you would ask, definitely let me know so you have the information. Grabbing those 2. We're starting the single crochet by pulling up 1, chain, finish the single crochet. Chain, finish, starting it, chain, finishing, and again we're just going to keep doing this until I have 19 stitches. And then again, add multiples of 4 if you guys are like, you know what, I'm ready to commit this to a project, let's go. And I think this one, this texture would probably look really good on beanies, just throwing it out there. I think I've seen it on beanies. It would probably look really cute on scarves as well. But definitely blankets. You guys know I like my texture. Alright, and of course I haven't been counting, so let's see how many we've done. If you don't know how to count stitches, the best way is to lay it down and pay attention. Where's my little pointer? Uh-oh. I lost my other pointer again. I keep losing that one. Oh, it's because I set it down here and I don't put it where it's supposed to go. Anytime you see this, it looks like a braid. That is the chain. It's also the top of your stitches. So when you count those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need 3 more. 17, 18, and 19. So perfect. This is the equivalence. If you don't like doing foundation single crochets, you can do 20 chains, single crochet in the second chain and in each chain across, and that would give you 19 single crochets going this way, and then you'd be in the same spot as we are right now. But I challenge you guys to use your foundation stitches. They are amazing when it comes to a lot of other projects. So now we've done our stitches going across. Okay, those little tiny pluses are our single crochets. So right here, we're going to do that is a chain, and there's 3 of them. So 1, 2, 3, you're going to chain 3. That counts as a stitch. That's why it's on top of that single crochet, and our first double crochet is going to go into that stitch. Another double crochet into that stitch. Another. So it's literally a map of where to put the stitches. So after we do this first single crochet, after we do our first double crochet into our second single crochet, we're going to continue going all the way across. So just double crochet all the way across, and we're including that. That will give us 19 double crochets. Or, I hope I'm doing this right. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to have to turn, even though our picture cannot be turned. So you're just going to have to envision it being mirrored. And we're working this way, and we're going into that second single crochet. So here's our first one. Here's our second one. And there you go. And if you're new to double crochets, here we are breaking it down slower. Yarn over. Insert your hook. We're grabbing both of those. We're grabbing the whole braid. Pull up 1. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. Yarn over into the next stitch. Pull up 1, 2, 2. And you're going to keep going all the way across. I have a pretty in-depth tutorial on single crochets, half double crochets, and double crochets. And I show you how to change the way they look by using the front loop, the back loops, and the third loops if need. So if you guys want to practice those, totally recommend it. It's in the tutorials playlist. And then of course you can always rewind and whatnot on this particular video once it's available for replay. So we're doing all of these. I will double count just to make sure, because one common thing is when you get to this last one, sometimes our turning chains, it's hard not to want to use them. And you want to make sure you're not accidentally adding a stitch that you don't need to. So just to make sure, we're gonna count our chains, and then we're gonna go across and make sure we have a total of 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Score! All right, we can count. So what we've done is we've just gone all the way across with our double crochets. And as you can see right here, we have a little chain symbol. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then these are back to our single crochet symbols. And you're going to single crochet. Notice we're not skipping that first one. We're going into the first one this time. So this chain does not count as our first stitch. So chain 1, single crochet into the first one. And in each one across, do not forget to single crochet on top of the chains. Okay? So let me now demonstrate it. Let me give us more yarn first. Let's not get tangled. I don't have time for that. Oh no. It's gonna get tangled, isn't it? It's gonna get tangled, isn't it? Well, this is gonna get interesting real fast. Let me see what I can do real quick. If not, I will cut and switch gears to the outside part of the pull. Where is it pulling from? Okay. Oh goodness, I don't want to do this, but we're going to do it. We're going to cut. And what I am going to do is show you how to join yarn while we're here. So impromptu alternative tutorial coming. Give me a second here.
Are you going live on TT after this?
That is the plan. Oh, now you want to come undone? Okay, well, we're just going to keep going. So we have cut, right? Did we cut our yarn? We did, but where did it all go? Okay, there we go. Here's how I'm going to rejoin it. So impromptu, little extra. Here's how I join yarn. I make them overlap like so. I grab where these two join. I hold it with my fingers, wrap around, take that loose thread, go over, under, and then you can pull it tight. You're going to do the same on the opposite end. Ooh, I slipped. Ignore that. Okay, so now we're going to this end, around, over, under, and pull tight. Now we have joined it. So you just slide those knots together, and then we can cut this. So now we'll keep stitching like planned. Okay. Goodness, I have everyone texting me right now. All right, chain one and turn. And like I said, we're going to single crochet across. Okay, I'm trying to pull this yarn out without causing more issues. And let me tell you, it's not working very well. This is the joys of going live. The joys of going live. Okay, do I have enough to get us through some more rows? I think so. Here's our first single crochet. Single crochet, you're just inserting the hook, pulling up one, pulling up two. Inserting the hook, pull up one, pull up two. It's the same stitch we did in the beginning. The only difference is we're no longer adding a chain. And why do I have a funny gut feeling? And you know what? We're already not following instructions. Okay, so back up. Da, 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 da. I knew something wasn't right. Okay, because I forgot we've got to start incorporating our front post. So what we actually want to do is chain one and turn. And now you're going to do 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then we're going to be doing these front posts. So let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's our first set of front posts. Now, I've never done this before. We're going in completely blind. But it looks like you are doing a yarn over, so 1 double crochet. We're grabbing the second single in a front post fashion. Then we're going to do another yarn over right here, and we're grabbing 1, 2, 3, the 4th stitch after the first one. And then we're going to pull through all of them together, followed by 3 more single crochets. That sounds like a lot, but we're just going to do literally what it says. We'll keep that. I don't think you guys need that. So yarn over, and it wanted us to grab the post around. So the first single crochet would be just below that stitch. We're grabbing the post below the second stitch. And I've never done it around single crochets, so I'm kind of just grabbing like that. Seems a little weird, but, and then you're going to pull through. You're going to want to extend it a little bit because you are kind of like stretching out that. Then you're going to finish that second part where you're going to yarn over and pull through those two. You're not going to do the last section because this is where we are going to hold off and then pull through after the next part. So 1, 2, 3, and now we're going here. So yarn over, go around what's below that one, stretch it up, and pull through those two. Now we can yarn over and pull through those 3 loops on the hook. So that's all one stitch. Now we're going to single crochet. You are technically, if you go on the back side, you're not stitching in that stitch. So you're going to single crochet. You're going to skip one, but you're going to single crochet right there. If you accidentally stitch into that stitch, you'll be adding a stitch to your row. So here's our first one, 1, second one, 2, and 3. Now we're doing the exact same thing that we did over here, but we're doing it over here. Your first stitch is grabbing the same one that your last one went into, then you're skipping another 3 and grabbing the next one. So yarn over, go back to the exact same one this one's going into. And if you pull it, you can kind of see and grab the same loops. Yarn over, pull through all that madness and stretch it up. And then yarn over and pull through 2. You'll still have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, and we're skipping below 1, 2, 3, and you're going to, here's our 4th, we're going around the bottom. Stretch that up. You don't want it too tight or it will start curling. Yarn over and pull through 2, and then we're pulling through all 3. That looks like I skipped a lot, I'm not going to lie. We're skipping that stitch and going into the next one with our single crochets. We need 3 single crochets. It always feels like I'm grabbing a lot until I go back and do the 3 singles, and then it like works out. So if you are experiencing the same thing, don't fret. We're doing it right. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And we're going to do it again. We did the 1, 2, 3. You're going to go around this one, and we're going to go around this one. So yarn over, see which loops. You can pull this up a little bit and cheat. Go around the same spot as those loops. Stretch it up, give yourself plenty of slack, and yarn over and pull through 2. And then you're going to, I think I skipped one too many stitches. 1, 2, 3. Is that me right? 1, 2, no, I'm right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm missing a stitch. Hold on. I have a funny feeling that I skipped one too many over here. Okay, so as you can see, this is not the easiest. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going into this spot. Give myself slack. And then 1, 2, 3, we're going around this spot. Give myself plenty of slack and pull through all 3. Skipping the one back here, going into that next one with 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go. Yarn over. Make sure we're going in the same spot here. Give yourself plenty of slack. Pull through 2. This is where I keep getting confused because it looks like I'm going into this one, but I have to be, this is a skip. I accidentally did not skip that one on the last one. So pull your yarn overs to the side. and really make sure you have that one. So skip, 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 and we're going below that fourth one. I still feel like I'm missing a stitch because look, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're supposed to have another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That means we made a boo-boo over here, so we're going to go back to the beginning. If you are making mistakes too, guess what? You're not alone! Alright, well, we know we did 3 singles, right? 1, 2, 3. 1. This one is, we've done 3. We're wrapping around the second. Give yourself plenty of slack. And then you're skipping 1, 2, 3. And we're wrapping around this one. I don't feel like I moved at all. Okay, if this doesn't work out on that back end, we're just going to call it a skipped stitch. It just is what it is. All right, now 1, 2, 3. We're going back to that first one. Pull up, lots of slack. Pull through 2. 1, 2, 3. We're going around that fourth. Lots of slack. The more slack you leave, the easier this is kind of to see. I will tell you that. So we are learning that. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, going back. Easier said than done. Lots of slack. Pull through that second one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going around that fourth. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we fixed it. Okay. I did do something wrong the first time. We fixed it. Lots of slack. Pull through all of those. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over. Going back. Give yourself lots of slack. Pull through 2. And now you're skip, skip, skip. Going into this last. Give yourself lots of slack. Pull through the 2. Pull through the 3. And make sure you skip one more. 1, 2, 3. You should have 3 stitches on the end. So 1, 2, and don't forget the third one on that chain. That one could be easy to miss. Just throwing that out there. But make sure you're grabbing the 2 loops. There's our final single crochet. Okay, I know it looks like a hot mess right now. And there's something really weird about what's going on here. But we're going to trust the process. And so we just got to the end of this. Now we're going to chain 3, turn, and do our row of double crochets going all the way across. Again, you'll have 19 stitches. So let's chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn. We're not going into this first stitch. We're going to go into the second stitch with our double crochet and go all the way across. All the way across. Holy man. This one's a little bit more tricky. This set of stitches is a little tricky. Letty, are you going to still try it after seeing me demolish it? It's cool. This is the learning process.
I'm probably not LOL.
No, come on. At least you have me showing it. and you won't make the same mistakes. This one would be really good on a beanie, I think. It does create a right side and a wrong side, though, so just be warned. Because you wouldn't, if you're like, I absolutely hate that, you wouldn't want to be stuck there. All right, so we just worked our double crochets. We're over here right now. Chain one turn, and we're going to start our single, and then our very first front post goes around the peak of the top two right here. So let's start there. Chain one turn. Our first single crochet, and then our very first, this is how it looks side by side. This is this. We have one front post that needs to come across and grab the top of this. So yarn over, grab the top of those by just going under. You're going on underneath all of that madness. It's nice and easy to grab though, and you're going to pull up slack. And then finish your double crochet. So this one you're not doing two on the same loop-de-doop. Yes, that's a technical term. So we just did this one. That counts as our second stitch. So make sure we skip one stitch over here. Don't do another single crochet because that is our stitch. Now we need 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do these 2 and 1 that mimics exactly what we did down here. Okay, and it's going to go to the top of this peak, top of this peak. At least these are going to be easier to see. So 3 singles, and then we're going to go into each one of those. Looking in the back, making sure I don't go into that stitch, but I skip the one that I need to. Oops, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be bringing this peak and this peak together. So yarn over, wrap around those again, same spot as the other one. Pull up and give yourself plenty of slack. So stretch that out. Yarn over, going around this peak this time, and pull it up, give yourself plenty of slack. Hold on. Ha! We skipped a step. Back up, do it again. Yarn over, pull through that one, give yourself slack like before, but you want to yarn over and lock those in. So you should have 2 loops on the hook. Now you're going to yarn over, grab the second peak, give yourself plenty of slack, lock those in. You have 3 loops on the hook. You're going to bring all that together. That's what's going to give you that diamond. So now go back, skip your 1 back here, single crochet 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. And now we got to bring these together. So yarn over, grabbing the top of that peak, lots of slack, lock that in, yarn over, going over to the next peak that I swear I did something weird on. Lots of slack, lock that in, and go ahead and pull through all. I think I might have forgotten to pull through on some of those. Skipping the 1 and doing 1, 2, and 3. We're going to ignore this one. I know I think I forgot to pull through on some of those stitches, but that's okay. We're still going to get the desired effect after we do a couple more rows. Oh my goodness, why are we having issues with the yarn again? Because the life is conspiring and it doesn't want me to crochet, guys. Oh, this is bad. This is going to end up bad. It's cool. I just need a little bit more. I just need a few more rows. All right. We've done our 3. Yarn over. Grabbing the top of this one. Give yourself tons of slack. Lock that in. Going over to the peak of the next one. tons of slack, lock that one in, and then there you go, you brought them together. Going to the back, make sure you skip that one stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now you can see we are right here. So for our second to last stitch, we have to go back and do one of the front post hooks right here, just one. We're not locking it into anything. And then another single crochet. And then we're going to chain 3 and turn and work another row of double crochets. So yarn over, grabbing that, lots of slack, boom, we can finish that double crochet, and then our last stitch is a single crochet on top of the chains, So we just did that, chain 3, turn. So you're gonna, basically it's a 4-row repeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, because you'll notice this row is the same as that, this row is the same as that, but we'll do a couple more real quick just so we can really fix the fact that that looks like boo-boo. It's cool, but 1, 2, 3.
Face with heart-shaped eyes.
It will be if I was doing what I was supposed to be, but yeah, another way to create texture. Skipping that first one, and we're going all the way across. I think this would look really good on a beanie after you get the brim doing the top part in this. Decreases would be dicey, so you may want to avoid that. Or you get to the very end, and then you switch to just basic single crochets at the very end and work your decreases there. That would work. That way you could add texture and not lose the math that you need. It doesn't feel like a super thick stitch. So if you wanted to use it on something like a sweater or something like that, you probably could. And if you did it on a blanket or whatnot.
What I was thinking was a beanie.
Yeah, a beanie would look awesome because, again, you have your right side and then your wrong side where there's no effects right there. So you may want to pick a project that doesn't have the need for both sides. A scarf, you're going to see both sides. A beanie, there's an inside and an outside, so it works out really well. All right, so we're going back to this where we're going to single crochet for 3, and then we're going to work our top V, single crochet for 3, top V, single crochet, and all the way across. So the first one is 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to bring these 2 posts together, so yarn over, going under that whole post, giving myself tons of slack, and then locking it in, still those 2 loops. Going into our next one, lots of slack, and then bringing those together. Skipping our 1 stitch on the back, and 3 single crochets. Yarn over, we're going back to this one, lots of slack, back to this one, lots of slack. This could also look good on some gloves, but I have to be careful with how thick the yarn is. Skipping 1 on the back, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, going back here, stretch it up, lock it in, grabbing the next one, stretching it up, there we go, boom, skip, 1, 2, 3. Here's our last one.
Hey, girly.
Hey there, Ashton. How are you?
Hey, friends.
Hey, Mrs. Detman. Thought we were missing you. How are you guys holding up with all that weather? I hear it's gotten bad. There we go. So I'm going to do a couple more repeats. Whoops. 1. Here's the one. I'm going to do a few more repeats. 1, I need the photo. 2, just in case you want to double check and make sure we're doing good. And then we will be hopping, we'll take a break and hop back over to TikTok afterwards. But this will be available for replay. Sorry, it was a little bit of a hot mess along the way. 1, 2, 3. Here's our wrong side. It's not very pretty.
Good, just on lunch.
Nice, nice. How's your workday going? There were a few hiccups on the way. Sorry, this was definitely a tougher one. And I haven't done this one before. So you guys were seeing it firsthand how I tackle any diagram I see and some of the hiccups that happen along the way. Including our yarn struggle. This yarn ball was very mean to me today. And we need more yarn, so please be nice. I need more yarn.
Okay so far.
Well, I hope it stays okay. Don't say so far. You make it sound like you're expecting bad things to happen. We can't have that. Oh my goodness, this yarn has become a hot mess. But we're just pulling out whatever I can, and then once I get done, we'll just cut the rest. All right, continue with those double crochets. And then we're going back and doing that other, the same one as our third row, I think. So this is where you chain one and turn, and this is where this is the pattern we're going to be doing for this next row. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we got to start by single crochet, just one of them, and then we're reaching over and starting this. Make sure to give yourself plenty of slack. Skip the 1, go in here, 1, 2, and 3, and now you're joining those two. So yarn over, going across, give yourself plenty of slack. Don't finish that double yet because you want to grab the second area. And now you're going to join those, skipping the one in the back. 1, 2, 3, joining these two. Lots of slack, joining these two, lots of slack, boom, skipping the 1, 1, 2, 3, here we go again, here we go again. Oh man, that took me back. Yes, we're singing DMX while we're crocheting. Oh, 1, 2, 3. This last one, we're just going to grab this back one, bringing it up, finishing that, and then this last single crochet is on top of the chains because the chains are our first stitch. So there you go.
See you on TT.
Sounds like a plan. Don't lose your marbles. It's too early. And just to finish, so let's assume this was a blanket and you guys didn't know what you were going to do next. I would recommend just doing a row of single crochets on that last little bit, which I'm hoping I've freed up enough yarn to get through because this is all tangled beyond repair again. So I would just chain one and turn, and on the wrong side, head all the way back doing single crochets. And this would help you complete whatever project you were doing, if it was a blanket, if it was a scarf, And the only reason why, and I'll show you the difference, I'll get halfway through it and I'll show you what it looks like before and after so you can determine if you would want to do this last row. Because here's what it looks like without it. And it kind of stands up a little bit. It's a little less polished. And here's what it looks like when you add that in there. It kind of cinches everything back down and makes it match the beginning right here. So I would recommend doing just a final row of single crochet once you get your desired shape and your desired size. And then again, if you guys have never fastened off, my favorite way is just to do an extra chain, pull it through, and grab the scissors like you know what you're doing. There you go. Pull it all the way through, and that'll knot it. And then you'll end up with that. All right, this one was a little bit dicey, a little bit messy, but we did practice using the diagram. You guys have your screenshots. You guys have an idea of what you're looking for. We're going to ignore this little oopsie. This definitely was not my cutest moment. But hey, you're probably going to have mistakes too. It's fine. We're all here learning together, so that's what's great. I need to figure out next what I'm going to do with this. I do like this texture, and I do think a beanie would look really good with it. So we might have to play with this in the near and next few classes and see what we can throw it into. I don't know. But yeah, I like this trend where on Tuesdays we're trying different diagrams. So if you guys see a stitch or you guys see a certain diagram you guys want me to play around with so you guys have a tutorial on it, send it my way, please. Because again, I'm here to teach you guys what you want to learn. New techniques is probably going to be what Tuesdays are going to keep being dedicated to with stuff like this. And then Thursday. So that's day after tomorrow, guys. We are doing the second section of our crisscross double crochet hooded cowl. So if you're looking for more finished projects and stuff like that, our hooded cowl, this pattern is now on ETSY. Oh, I can say that here. It is on Etsy. So if you guys want to see the pattern or download it, it's there. Oh my gosh. There we go. It's a hooded cowl. There you go. But we've been teaching you guys how to make it, and the first section should be done by this Thursday if you guys want to resume live. Otherwise, as you guys know, all of my live classes are available for replay, so you can really do this on your own schedule. Perfect. I think that covers everything that's coming up. I'm going to take a quick break, and then yes, we will bounce over to TikTok. So if you're not following me there, get in there, and then I will see you guys here on Thursday. All right, guys.